My first encounter with cancer was when I was about 13 years old, and I remember my mother was a member of parliament there, and she was in Delhi, and my father had to rush her down because she fell very ill and developed jaundice, and we didn't know the reason for that. So when we brought her back to Mumbai, rushed her to the hospitals, the doctor said there is an obstruction in her pancreas, and we don't know what exactly it is, and we are not equipped to deal with it. But they kind of guessed that it was cancer, and they suggested we take her to New York, and that's when we flew her down to New York. And so I was around 13 then, and my sister was about 16, 17, at that time. So we were very young when we were exposed to the word cancer.
I was diagnosed about 3 years ago, and I was in the second stage of breast cancer. I went to the doctor, and when he confirmed that it was breast cancer, the very first thought that came to my mind was, why me? I was only 42 years old. But then, shockingly, as I went to the hospital for various checkups and things, I found that there were just so many people suffering from breast cancer. It was almost like Khansi Zukham.
I was 50 when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I went through a mastectomy, chemotherapy, radiation, and several years of adjuvant chemotherapy. Now I am 62, so it's been 12 years since I went through the whole gamut, and I'm doing fine.
I went through lumpectomy, which means removing the lump, and then chemotherapy. I had 8 sessions, and then radiation. And at the end of it, it's all okay, everything's great. But during that period, let's say of almost 8 months or so, it was a bit traumatic and it was a bit difficult.
Chemotherapy can be brutal, but don't give up, because that's something that will really save your life. It has saved my life, and today it's been 12 years. I've seen grandchildren after that, and traveled around the world, keep traveling, and I'm leading a very normal life. I swim, I go work out in the gym, I do everything. So to me, it's no longer something to be afraid of. It's just one of the downs in your life. Fight it and you'll win.
You can't bring an air of negativity around you just because you have a problem. Everyone has problems. Somebody is going through a divorce, somebody has a child who's sick, somebody's leg is getting amputated. It's the same thing, the same pain. So your cancer is not the end of the world.
You should not fear the word cancer, because cancer can be curable. If the right treatment is given, if there is early detection, cancer is curable.
I think one of the other points I would like to add is that when you have this disease or you have any cancer, do not try and hide it from your friends and family, because you need the support of everyone. And if you try and hide it, then you'll have to keep on telling more and more lies to everyone that what's wrong with you. And I think you should be open about it. You'll suddenly get a lot of support from everyone, and you don't have to hide it. And this is what we did. We told everyone about it, and I think it makes a lot of difference.
I really had a lot of support by way of family and friends and my husband as caregivers, who really cocooned me in their love and affection, and really made me feel very positive, and they made me feel like it's okay, it'll pass, it's a disease, you got it, you will fight it, and you will move on.
I counsel a lot of people, and I always tell them, this is your own battle. Nobody can fight it for you. You can get a lot of support, but at the end of the day, it's your fight, and it's a very winnable fight. You can win this battle against cancer.
We women always look at ourselves as, we'll do everything later for ourselves. And I think we need to understand that we are the most important part of a family. We are the backbones of our families. So if we are not healthy ourselves, we cannot take care of our families. I think that's the message which needs to come across to women, that we must take care of our health. Me personally, now, I think I've learned a lot of my lessons too. I go for my health checkups every year. I go for my mammography every year. I do my cancer markers every year. And I think it just gives me the confidence that I'm doing fine, and if there is anything, if I feel that there is anything I need to investigate further, I will do so, because it's better, you know, to know and get a cure for it, to know and get treatment for it immediately before it gets too late. So I think it's very important to get that message across to women that early detection is a cure for cancer.